Hello to all you Librans. Welcome to your yearly horoscope. This is for the year 2021. What does it have in store there for you? Short video, not too long. In general, for all the Librans, take what resonates. This is, of course, not personal, but I'm going to tell you some trends there that are significant for if you have your sun sign, moon sign, or rising sign in Libra. So let's get started. First of all, I want to say that this year of 2021 is going to be, in general, of course, but way more gentle energy for you. Way more gentle. No nodes anymore in other cardinal signs. You are a cardinal sign. No Saturn aspecting in a difficult angle your sign anymore. So there no Mars retrograde opposing your sign anymore. So there is a lot of things that are done, and the last couple of 2 years were quite heavy for the Librans. But now the shift of main areas and key areas of your life is more now for the fixed signs. You're not a fixed sign. So let's have a look at what is going on. So I'm not going to say nothing is going to happen for you, but it's going to be more slowly, more gentle, more easy energy for you for sure. Now, there are a couple of things I want to talk about. First of all, the nodes, and secondly, the Saturn-Uranus square. So Saturn is going to, let's start with that. Saturn is going to square up to Uranus. Saturn is about restrictions, discipline, the old, conservative energy, and it's bumping into Uranus, which is basically the opposite, the new, freshness, innovations, and freedom. So whenever that happens, it means that people can do changes for sure. That's Uranus, and Uranus is further away, so Uranus is actually stronger, so to speak. But you're going to do those changes quite more, a bit restricted, a bit slower, with a bit of discipline there. So that's it. It's basically the old and the new that have to be mixed. So yes, there could be new things going on, but at the same time, you can't let go fully of the old. There's this a bit of a transition time. Now, as I said, for you Librans, it's not happening in key areas of your life. The new stuff, which was Uranus, is in your 8th house. And that is all about, on a financial level, it's about your shared resources, or also inheritances, taxes, and whatnot. Uranus means like sudden liberation. So that could be a sudden windfall, for instance, or there could be a sudden rise, or a sudden change. Could be a rise. It could be, not a rise, but of the spouse, of the income of your spouse, for instance. Whatever it is, it's fluctuations and it's quite sudden, but it is there to liberate you. That is the meaning. And on a more deeper level, on a psychological level, it's about attacking your fears and putting light on them, putting honesty on them, on those fears, and so that you are in a more empowered position. It's also Uranus in the 8th house. And so that is on the horizon, one of these two or both. But what it bumps into is Saturn in your 5th house, the house of self-expression, the house of love, the house of children, the house of your own projects, the house of maybe building your own company. So whatever it is that you want to expand, which is putting more freedom on, like on a psychological level or a financial level, there is some restrictions there that is coming from, or a child, for instance. So it could be a child that is needing more attention, and that is costing a bit more money every now and then, with money that you share with someone else. Could be as simple as that, or it could be a project or a business that you're trying to start, but it's very tricky for investments. So anything that has to do, by the way, by investing in businesses, is to be very, very cautious because of the Saturn, and you're gonna be cautious because of the Saturn in your 5th house. So do it economically and with calculated risk, so to speak. So yes, you can still expand, but taking calculated risk. Now, Saturn in the fifth house can also mean a love relationship. The fifth house, eighth house, it's the house of intimacy versus the house of sexuality, the house of playfulness, of love. So there could be like, for instance, you wanting to have a new relationship because you want intimacy, which is more than just sex. It's like, you know, it's all. It's body, mind, and soul, I want to say. But you can be for the spontaneous part, be a bit restricted there, or feeling a bit anxious because there. But ultimately, you're getting there. You're taking little steps. So the thing is that although it is a stress situation, it's a bit of pushing and pulling, and you're gonna get there anyways. So for a new relationship, it's not that bad. Why? Because you're also having Jupiter in your fifth house. So from January up until the midst of May, and from August up until the end of the year, you're having Jupiter in your fifth house of romance. So yes, there could be new romance coming in. There could be, expansion when it comes to children, expansion when it comes to hobbies and new ways of enjoying yourself. Absolutely. And Saturn wants to make it real. In the beginning of the month, January, you're having Jupiter and Saturn together, which is a very, very unique position. So that means that the desire is there, but also the fear is there. It's a bit like, ooh, it can be very exciting. But overall, Uranus rules, so to speak. So it's about getting more intimacy, getting stronger, getting more empowered, getting a stronger personality, because that's the transformation of the eighth house. So very, very interesting. But as you see, these are not like things that you cannot handle, or things that are very much in front of the mind during this year of 2021. But for relationships, it can be indeed a good time of meeting someone new who's got this, who is at the same time very serious, but at the other level also very flamboyant, which is Jupiter Saturn, very original as well. That's Uranus, and of course the sign of Aquarius. And also when it comes to relationships, you're gonna have in October, you're gonna have Mercury in your sign. So that is again about communication and understanding the self better, so that you also understand other people better. So there's definitely still a bit of an emphasis there on relationships, but not as intense as it used to be. Then the nodes, yes, the nodes are very positive for you, because the North Node is in Gemini in the ninth house. That is a fellow air sign. And then the South Node in your third house. So that means mental houses, the nodes. The nodes mean where you need to head towards. So the North Node in the ninth house means, look, Libra, expand your view. Have a bit of a bigger view upon life. Have faith, have intuition, have an understanding of the universe, that it is there to support you. And ultimately, the universe is so much bigger and more, it's the summation of all the consciousness. It's way more intelligent than you, and surrender to that. And that is really interesting. Of course, the ninth house is also studying, so you could be picking up a new study, or I know it's weird in these times, but also traveling, far away travel could be also possible for you. Publishing a book, for instance. I've seen it many times when the North Node goes into the ninth house. It's a good time to publish a book. It's a good time to meet people from all different cultures, you know, on an international level, or when you're trading, when you have a company with international company, is very, very positive. So these nodes and these eclipses that are going to happen for you are going to be very, very positive. In comparison, last year it was way more intense. So look out for that. And it is less about the facts and the figures. It's more about, yes, I see the bigger picture. I have the overview. That kind of of point of view that you're having. Now, for some people of you, a very small amount of people, they still have Pluto in the square to their sign in the fourth house. So still some transformations going on for, in particular, Librans who've got planets between 24 to 26 degrees. And these are the Librans who have a birthday around and about 16th of October up until the 19th of October. So these people are still going to feel some intensity. And it's intensity on an emotional level as well, because this Pluto is in the fourth house, and it's about authenticity. It's about that's not an easy thing for always for Librans, because Librans are always taking care of other people, always taking into account the opinion, the needs of other people. So those particular people, all Librans will feel it still a little bit, but most of those people that I just mentioned are going to feel that same old, if you're a very big people pleaser, this is not going to work anymore. You know, things need to come to the surface, relationships, home, even work, you know, because Pluto is in the fourth house, it opposes your midheaven. So this is very important for you to understand that it's normal that if you have been doing everything for someone else, you have stuffed this up, and this has to come out, and this has to be seen. And so these are quite transformative energies for particular people, you know, who've got planets on those degrees, but it's necessary, because after that you're going to have a way more authentic life. You're going to be way more true to yourself and true to the people that you need to attract. So having said that, this is a bit the year. Yes, you've still got Neptune in your sixth house, which is your routines are not always strict. Your health could be sometimes a bit like, what's going on? But again, this is not life in general, not life changing. And but as I said, this Pluto for particular people amongst you can be a bit of an intensity there, but it is, again, don't fight it, don't surrender to it, and take a little steps to make those changes, because it's a slow process, the process of Pluto. Having said that, I'm really glad this is not as intense as last year for you. Unless you have a bit of Scorpio in your chart, you probably think boring. But anyways, thank you for listening, and see you next time. Bye bye.